Nancy and her family are going out for a family picnic. Come, let's learn to subtract two-digit numbers without regrouping with them. Look, Mr. William is eating cherries. He has 68 cherries. He eats 16 cherries. Now, let's find out how many cherries are left with him. We have to subtract 16 from 68 to find the number of cherries left. 68 cherries mean 6 tens and 8 ones cherries, and 16 cherries mean 1 10 and 6 ones cherries. To subtract, we first cancel 6 ones from 8 ones is equal to 2 ones, and then we cancel 1 10 from 6 tens is equal to 5 tens. So we get the answer as 5 tens and 2 ones, which is 52. Hence, there are 52 cherries left with Mr. William. Now, instead of removing the cherries, we can subtract the numbers directly. Let's see how. Write the numbers 68 and 16 in the place value chart, that is, in the ones and tens column. Now, first subtract the number 6 from 8 in the ones column. We get the number 2. Write the answer in the ones column. Now, subtract the number 1 from 6 in the tens column. We get the answer 5, which we write in the tens column. Thus, we get the number 52. There are 52 cherries left with Mr. William. Let's eat the remaining ones also. Look, Nancy and Neon are playing with marbles. Neon has 76 marbles. Nancy takes 34 marbles from him. How many marbles are left with Neon now? We have to subtract 34 from 76 to find the answer. We always subtract the ones first and then the tens. 6 minus 4 is equal to 2. 7 minus 3 is equal to 4. Thus, the difference of 76 and 34 is 42. There are 42 marbles left with Neon. Look, Nancy is eating yummy cupcakes. There are 24 cupcakes. Nancy ate 3 cupcakes. How many cupcakes are left? Let's subtract 3 from 24 to find how many cupcakes are left. 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. 2 minus 0 is equal to 2. Thus, the difference of 24 and 3 is 21. There are 21 cupcakes left. Don't they look yummy? Hope you enjoyed the picnic with Nancy's family.
This video was made in honor of Hattie. I still miss you. We are learning about double-digit subtraction in this video. You may have watched our basic subtraction video where I gave away my hats, including Hattie. It got emotional, okay? It just did. And in that video, we learned that subtraction is when you take numbers away. Let's say I have 6 hats, and there's no way that I need 6 hats that look exactly the same. Well, good news. 2 of my friends need hats, and I decide to give 2 of my hats away. When you take numbers away, remember that is subtraction. If we were to write it out, it would look like this. 6 minus 2. So, how many hats do I have now if I take 2 away? Yes, the answer is 4. I have 4 hats now. Now this is interesting. The answer to a subtraction problem is called the difference. Can you say that with us? The difference. Yeah, the answer to a subtraction problem is called the difference. That means in our example, the difference is 4. So, subtraction is just taking numbers away, and the answer to a subtraction problem is called the difference. Now that we have that, we want to look at bigger numbers, double-digit numbers. Let's say we have a lot of blueberries. For some reason, they're just hanging out on a wooden table. We need to wash them and put them in a bowl. Let's pretend that when we were putting them in the bowl, we counted them and found that we had 66 blueberries. That's a lot of blueberries. You and your friends are hungry and blueberries are super yummy, right? So you and your friends eat 54 blueberries. That's right. These are some big numbers, some double-digit numbers. To find out how many blueberries we have left, we simply subtract 54 from 66. Let's look at how that's done. Here is our subtraction problem again, 66 minus 54. With double-digit subtraction, all we do is break this big problem up into 2 little problems. First, we will subtract the right column, the ones. To make it a little easier, we are going to cover the tens column with this blue rectangle. Suddenly, this big subtraction problem is a really easy one. What is 6 minus 4? Do you know? Yes, 6 minus 4 equals 2. So we put the number 2 under the ones column, the right side. Great job. We are halfway to our answer. Next, we will subtract the left column, the tens. And this time we're going to cover up the ones column to make it a little easier. So, what is 6 minus 5? 6 minus 5. 6 minus 5 equals 1. We will write 1 under the tens, the left column. And just like that, we have our answer. The difference is 12. There are now just 12 blueberries. All right, let's do another one. How about 87 minus 53? This should be fun. First, subtract the right side, the ones. What is 7 minus 3? Yes, 4. So we will write 4 under the ones. Simple. Next, we just subtract the left side, the tens. What is 8 minus 5? Yes, 3. So we write 3 under the tens column. And we have our answer. The difference is 34. Double-digit subtraction is simple. First, subtract the right, the ones. Next, subtract the left, the tens. Then you have your answer, which is also called the difference. Now, there is something interesting that can happen when you subtract larger numbers. Here, we'll show you. Say we have this subtraction problem, 22 minus 17. Let's follow the process. So first we subtract the ones. What is 2 minus 7? Well, here's that interesting thing we mentioned to you. Say I have 2 carrots, and I need to give 7 carrots away. That's a problem. It's hard to give away more than you have. So what do? Well, we do a special trick. No, not this kind of trick. Wow, he is really high up there. No, not this kind of trick either, alright? It's a math trick, okay? It's a math trick. This is a subtraction video after all. The trick is called regrouping. Can you say that? Regrouping. Yeah, regrouping. When you are subtracting a column and the bottom number is bigger than the top number, that means you need to regroup. Just like in this example, because it is hard to take away more than you have, and 7 is bigger than 2, so we need to regroup. So how does this regrouping trick work? It's really easy. All you do is borrow 1 from the tens column. What is 2 minus 1? Yeah, 1. So this number in the tens column becomes a 1. And that 1 that we borrowed from the tens, it goes to the ones. It gets placed on this 2 in the ones column. And now the ones column is 12 minus 7. Now we just have to follow our subtraction game plan. We subtract the right column, the ones first. What is 12 minus 7? Yes, 12 minus 7 equals 5. So we write the number 5 under the ones column. Then, of course, we have to subtract the tens. But regrouping made this super easy. What is 1 minus 1? Yes, 1 minus 1 equals 0. So our answer is simply 5. 5 is our difference. Remember, when you are subtracting a column and the bottom number is bigger than the top number, that means you need to regroup. And with subtraction, regrouping means borrowing. In double-digit subtraction, regrouping is when you borrow 1 from the tens column. Let's try one more double-digit subtraction problem and see if we need to use the special regrouping trick. 43 minus 25. This is going to be awesome. Remember, the first thing we do is subtract the right column, the ones. But, 5, the bottom digit, is bigger than 3, the top digit. Time to regroup. So, we borrow 1 from the tens column. What is 4 minus 1? Yes, 3. Then we put that 1 in front of the 3 in the ones column, making it the number 13. Then we just follow the process, subtracting the ones column first. What is 13 minus 5? What is 13 minus 5? Yep, it is 8. So we will write 8 under the ones column. Now it's time to subtract the tens. What is 3 minus 2? What is 3 minus 2? You got it. 3 minus 2 equals 1. So we put the number 1 under the tens column, and we have our answer. 43 minus 25 equals 18. 18 is the difference. We've learned a lot, but we need to make sure we are able to remember everything. Here's an idea. There's this guy, Mummy, who doesn't know how to do double-digit subtraction, okay? So we are going to do a double-digit subtraction review by teaching Mummy. It's simple and it's fun, Mummy. You'll love it. So, Mummy, subtraction is when you take numbers away. Sometimes subtraction problems can have little numbers, or other times subtraction problems can have bigger numbers, double-digit numbers. Here's how it works, Mummy. First, subtract the right column, the ones. Next, you subtract the left column, the tens. Then you have your answer, which is called the difference. Sometimes the bottom digit is bigger than the top digit in the ones column. This is something to get excited about, Mummy. It means you can use a special trick called regrouping. You just borrow 1 from the tens column and move it to the ones column. Then just follow the plan. Thanks for helping us teach Mummy. He looks happy? We hope you enjoyed learning double-digit subtraction with us. It really is fun, and you did a wonderful job. Comment below and say hello, or say hello to Mummy. He made it into another video. That's pretty cool. Not bad, Mummy. Not bad. So where are we going next? It's really up to you. Here are 2 videos you can watch, if you want to keep learning. And if you haven't yet, you can click the circle in the center of the screen to subscribe to our channel. That way you don't miss any of our videos. So what do you want to learn about next?
Hi everybody, today we're going to talk about subtraction with 2-digit numbers and regrouping. So let's get started and look at a real subtraction problem. Let's say that we've got the number 42 minus 25. Now before we get started, let's make a drawing of the number 42 so that it's a little easier to see what we're doing. So if we want to draw the number 42, how many tens are there? There are 4 tens, so let's draw them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And how many ones have we got? There are 2 ones, so let's bring in 1, 2 ones. So that's the number 42 drawn with the blue squares, and we're ready to subtract or take away 25. Now the first thing we want to do is subtract our ones, but right away we're going to notice that we've got a problem. We can't do 2 minus 5. We don't have enough ones at the top. We can't take away 5 ones from 2 ones. So where are we going to get some more ones? Well, the answer is we're going to go over to our tens. We're going to take one of our tens right here, and we're going to do something called regrouping. We're going to turn this one group of tens into a group of 10 ones. Then we're going to bring those 10 ones over to our other ones. This is still the number 42, but we've just regrouped so that we can do our subtraction. Now let's show our regrouping with our numbers. We don't have 4 tens anymore. We've got 3 tens. And we don't have 2 ones anymore. We've got 12 ones. Now we have enough ones to do our subtraction. What is 12 minus 5? Well, let's take away 5 ones from our drawing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we can see that we have 7 left. Now let's move over to our tens, and we take away 2 tens. 1, 2, and we have just 1 10. So the answer to our subtraction problem is 17. All right, so let's see if we can do another problem like this without the drawing. Let's do, for example, 63 minus 37. First thing we do is look at our ones. Can we do 3 minus 7? No, we can't. So we need to get more ones from our tens. We're going to regroup one of our tens by taking away one of them so that we'll have just 5 left. Then we're moving that 10 over to our ones so that instead of 3 ones, we have 13 ones. Now we can subtract our ones. What is 13 minus 7? 13 minus 7 is 6. So we write that down in our ones column. Then we subtract our tens. What is 5 minus 3? Easy. 5 minus 3 is 2. And now we know that our answer is 26. And that is subtraction with 2-digit numbers and regrouping.
Hi kids! Today we are going to learn about regrouping with subtraction. Let's jump right in and get to learning. We are going to use place value to help us solve these problems today. In this problem, there are 45 students on the school bus. 17 students got off the first bus stop. How many students are left on the bus? To get started on this problem, let's first line the numbers up correctly. If we look at the 4 in the tens place, we need to remember that this represents 40 since it is in the tens place. The same goes for the 1 in 17. This 1 represents 10, and it is helpful to remember this as we are working the problem. Now that we have the numbers lined up correctly, let's represent these numbers using our place value blocks that I have. To get 45, we need 4 tens blocks, 10, 20, 30, 40, and 5 ones blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we have our 45 blocks, and we know we need to subtract or take away 17 blocks. So let's start with subtracting the ones. How many ones do we need to subtract? We need to subtract 7, so let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. We can't take away 7 ones because we do not have 7 ones to take away. To solve this problem, we need to regroup. To regroup, we need to trade one of these tens blocks for 10 ones. Now we no longer have just 5 blocks. We have 15 blocks now. Now we can take away 7. How many ones does that leave? Let's count and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's put the 8 under the ones place. Next, we need to count the tens place. But wait, we're supposed to have 4 tens blocks, but there are only 3. Why is that? Oh right, we had to trade a tens block for 10 ones. Let's change this 4 to a 3. Now how many do we need to subtract from 3? Right, 1. 3 subtract 1 is 2, so 2 goes in the tens place. So how many kids do we have left on the bus? 28. Great job. Let's take a look at another problem. In the school lunchroom, there were 6
already learned how to subtract numbers. Do you know that you can solve several word problems which are very similar to the problems which we have in our everyday life using subtraction? So let us see some of the word problems which we can solve using subtraction. But before that, we know that there are many names of subtraction. That is, all the terms like left with, take away, minus, less than, all these mean the same thing, that is subtraction. In fact, not just these, there are several other names for subtraction. So when you read a word problem, words like these indicate that you need to subtract the two given quantities. So over here we have a problem. Ted has 65 shirts. Pat has 42 shirts. How many less shirts does Pat have than Ted? So there are these two boys who have certain number of shirts, and we need to find that how many less shirts does Pat have than Ted. So can you identify the keyword here? Well, the keyword is less than. We need to find the number of shirts less than. So less than is the keyword. So we need to subtract. So in order to find how many less shirts does Pat have than Ted, we need to subtract these two quantities. So let us try and do that. Firstly, we need to write what is given to us. What is given? Ted has 65 shirts. So we need to write number of shirts with Ted is equal to 65. Next, what is given to us? Pat has 42 shirts. So number of shirts with Pat is 42, which is what is given in the question. So we have written what is given. Now the next step is to write what do we need to find. We need to find how many less shirts does Pat have than Ted. So what do we need to find? We need to find the number of shirts that Pat has less than Ted. This is what we need to find. How do we find this? By subtracting these two. And when we subtract, we write the bigger number first. So we always subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. So I need to write number of shirts with Ted minus number of shirts with Pat. This is what I have. What is the number of shirts with Ted? The number of shirts with Ted is 65 minus number of shirts with Pat is 42. So this is what we need, 65 minus 42. Now let's subtract these two, 65 minus 42. What is 5 minus 2? 5 minus 2 is 3. And what is 6 minus 4? 6 minus 4 is 2. So this is equal to 23. This is 23. This is the answer. That is, Pat has 23 shirts less than Ted. So this is what we actually want to find. Now let's come to another word problem. It says a bookshop has 78 pencils. It sold only 43 pencils. How many pencils are left to be sold? So the keyword here is left to be sold. So how many pencils are left? That means when the bookshop had 78 pencils and it sold 43 pencils, that is 43 pencils were taken away. So how many were left? And we know taking away means subtraction. So this word left over here means we need to subtract the given numbers. So let us start with what is given to us. It is given that the bookshop has 78 pencils. So the first statement is number of pencils in the bookshop. How many were there? 78. So 78. What is given next? It sold only 43 pencils. So number of pencils sold by the bookshop is 43. So 43 pencils were sold by the bookshop. Then we need to write what do we need to find. We need to find how many pencils are left to be sold. So number of pencils left to be sold will be equal to this minus this. That is number of pencils which the bookshop has minus the number of pencils it sold. So the number of pencils in the bookshop minus number of pencils sold. Remember, we need to write this first because we can always subtract a smaller number from a bigger number. So this is a bigger number. So this needs to be written first. This is equal to 78, which is the number of pencils the bookshop has, minus number of pencils sold, which is 43. So this is what we have, 78 minus 43. Let's subtract 78 minus 43. What is 8 minus 3? 8 minus 3 is 5. And what is 7 minus 4? 7 minus 4 is 3. So we get the answer as 35. So there are 35 pencils left to be sold. So the bookshop still has 35 pencils which it can sell, or which are left to be sold. So this is how you can solve the word problems. First, you need to write what is given, and then you need to find out what has been asked in the question. So if there are keywords like left, which indicate taking away or which indicate subtraction, then you need to perform subtraction like this. That is, you need to subtract the smaller number from the bigger number to find the answer. So do practice more and more word problems till you are comfortable with it. If you like this video, then subscribe to our channel. You can also register for free at deltastep.com to get all the learning resources as per CBSE, ICSE, IB, Cambridge or any other curriculum. Over 5,000 amazing lectures on maths, science, English and social science. Our unique interactive video technology keeps you engaged, and our iDictionary feature allows you to quickly revise any concept. Master each topic at your own pace with our adaptive practice technology and 1 million plus questions. Get instant answers and detailed solutions. Be exam ready by taking unlimited mock tests, performance analysis along with actionable feedback, personal tutors to resolve the slightest of your doubts. And that's not all. You can also win exciting prizes like PlayStations, iPads, watches and many more, along with certificates through our Earn As You Learn program. So at deltastep.com, learning is not just fun and easy, it is rewarding too. So register for free now.
Cindy's mother had 4 eggs. She bought a dozen more eggs and used up half a dozen making cupcakes. How many does she have left? Do you want to try it yourself? Feel free to pause the video and try it yourself. Do you want to see how I solved it? I solved it in a step-by-step way. Let me show you. Cindy's mother had 4 eggs. So here are the 4 eggs. She bought a dozen more eggs. How much is 1 dozen? Right, 1 dozen is 12 eggs. The total eggs are 4 plus 12 equals 16. She used up half a dozen making cupcakes. How much is half a dozen? Half a dozen is 6. How many does she have left? Now it is easy. Out of the total number of eggs, we can subtract the number of eggs used to get how many are left. Number of eggs Cindy's mom has is 4. Number of eggs Cindy's mom bought is 12. Total number of eggs Cindy's mom has is 4 plus 12 equals 16. Number of eggs used is 6. Numbers of eggs left is 16 minus 6 equals 10. So Cindy's mom is left with 10 eggs. Yay! We solved another problem. Coming up is the fun part, and that is make your own word problem. Here is a tip. We can use the same word problem and change the numbers and objects to make a new word problem. This is mine. Lily had 8 books. She bought 2 dozen more books and read 10 books. How many books she still has to read? So what are you waiting for? Pause the video and create and solve your own word problems. Hope you liked my video. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. See you. Bye.
You have learned how to subtract numbers greater than 10 using your finger marks. So let's try out one more subtraction. 29 minus 6. So we know when we subtract using our finger marks, we start after the second number. So we start after 6. What comes after 6? Well, 7, right? So let's start with 7 till we reach 29. Let's do that. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and what about 27? And the numbers after that? Well, we have used all the finger marks, but we still have not reached 29. So how do I perform subtractions like this? Using big numbers? How do I perform such subtractions? Well, do you remember that in the case of additions, we have performed addition by putting the numbers in their respective tens room and ones room? We can do a similar thing for subtraction as well. Let's see how. So 29 minus 6. So first let us put the digits in their respective rooms. Remember that over here we need to put the first number, which is 29, over here. We cannot put it here. It will be incorrect. So 29 will go first. Now 29 has 2 tens and 9 ones. So let me put 2 in the tens room and this 9 in the ones room. Next, in this second row, I will put my second number, which is 6. Now in 6, there are 6 ones. And how many tens? No tens or 0 tens, because 6 is a one-digit number. So it has 0 tens and 6 ones. Now where do I start? I start with the ones room. So like in the case of addition, we first add the ones room. That is, we first add the digits in the ones room. In subtraction as well, we first subtract the digits in the ones room. So I will subtract 9 minus 6. So it is 9 minus 6. I will subtract 6 from 9. How do I do that? Well, now I know how to subtract using finger marks. So I'll start with the number after 6 and go till 9. So 7, 8, 9. How many finger marks are here? 1, 2, 3. I have used 3 finger marks. So 9 minus 6 is 3. And tens, what do we have in tens room? 2 and 0. So since 2 is at the top, I need to subtract 0 from 2. That is 2 minus 0. So I start after 0 and go on till 2. So I start with 1, 1, 2. And these are how many finger marks? 1, 2. Just 2 finger marks. So the answer to this place is 2. And 29 minus 6 gives me 23. This is the difference of this subtraction. So this is how we can subtract bigger numbers using this method. So we put the tens digits in the tens room, ones digit in the ones room. Then I subtract the digits in the ones room first and the digits in the tens room next. Let's try out one more. 56 minus 31. So first let us put the digits in their rooms. 56 means 5 tens. So 5 will go to the tens room and 6 ones. 6 will go to the ones room. Since we have 56 at first, I write 56 in the first row. Next I have 31. So 3 will go in the tens room and 1 will go in the ones room. Now I need to perform the subtraction in the ones room first. So I have 6 minus 1. Now 6 minus 1, let's use finger marks. You can also use your fingers for subtracting it. Whatever is more easy for you. So 6 minus 1, I need to start with the number which comes after 1, that is 2. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many finger marks have I used? Let's count from 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've used 5 finger marks. So this answer is 5. Next I have 5 minus 3. So I start after 3 and go up till 5. So after 3 I have 4, 4, 5. And how many finger marks have I used? Count once again. 1, 2. I have used 2 finger marks. So this is 2. 56 minus 31 gives me 25. So the answer is 25. So see, you have performed such a huge subtraction, 56 minus 31, in such a simple way using this method. So try out this one on your own and see whether you can get it correct. Well, we have 65 minus 25. So let's put the digits in their rooms. 6 of 65 goes to the tens room. 5 of 65 goes to the ones room. 2 of 25 goes to the tens room. 5 of 25 goes to the ones room. First I will subtract which one? The ones room. So I have 5 minus 5. Now what is 5 minus 5? So I need to start after 5 and go up till 5. So I'll start with 6, but I need to go only till 5. So there are no finger marks that I need to count or 0 finger marks. So 5 minus 5 is 0. And what is 6 minus 2? Start after 2, that is start with 3 and go up to 6. So 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many finger marks have we counted? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have counted 4 finger marks. So this will be 4. 65 minus 25 gives me 40. So this is the answer. Now let's try out this one. What is 86 minus 81? So let's put 86 in its place. So 8 of 86 will go to the tens room. 6 of 86 will go to the ones room. 81, 8 will go to the tens room and 1 will go to the ones room. Now I subtract the digits in the ones room first. So I need to do 6 minus 1. I start after 1. So I start with 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So I start after 1 and go on till 6. And how many finger marks have we counted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have counted 5 finger marks. What is 8 minus 8? Well, we need to start after 8 and go up till 8. Right? So what comes after 8? 9. If I start counting from 9, but I need to go only till 8. So I don't need to count any finger mark. So there are no finger marks to be counted or 0 finger marks. So the answer to 8 minus 8 is 0, which is quite obvious. If you have 8 pencils and I take away 8 pencils from you, how many will you have now? 0. So 8 taken away from 8 or 8 subtracted from 8 gives me 0. So the answer is 0, 5. Now what is 0, 5? 0, 5 is 0 tens and 5 ones. How can I write it in a simple way? It is simply 5, because 0 tens means no tens. So it is a single digit number, 5. So the answer is 5. So we see that the answer of such huge subtractions can be such small number as 5 as well. It depends on what the numbers are. So why don't you try out this new method of subtracting huge numbers, big numbers, till you are very familiar with it and you get them all correct. If you like this video, then subscribe to our channel. You can also register for free at deltastep.com to get all the learning resources as per CBSE, ICSE, IB, Cambridge or any other curriculum. Over 5,000 amazing lectures on maths, science, English and social science. Our unique interactive video technology keeps you engaged, and our iDictionary feature allows you to quickly revise any concept. Master each topic at your own pace with our adaptive practice technology and 1 million plus questions. Get instant answers and detailed solutions. Be exam ready by taking unlimited mock tests, performance analysis along with actionable feedback, personal tutors to resolve the slightest of your doubts. And that's not all. You can also win exciting prizes like PlayStations, iPads, watches and many more, along with certificates through our Earn As You Learn program. So at deltastep.com, learning is not just fun and easy, it is rewarding too. So register for free now.